Okay, let's concentrate on some linear equations that have fractions involved. And I know how much you love fractions. Seems like the only people who love fractions are those that work with tools a lot, those who cook or bake, and mathematicians. Okay, so let's concentrate on our first example, 1C. We have b all over -8 minus 7 equals -5. Because this fraction has the -8 attached to the b, we'll leave it alone for right now. We'll deal with that in a moment. Instead, if you notice, we have this free guy over here, this -7 or -7. So we can concentrate on getting rid of him first. Since we're subtracting 7, we're going to add 7 to both sides of the equation. The b all over -8 is going to come on down. -7 plus 7 gets us 0, so we don't need to worry about writing plus 0. And -5 plus 7 gets us a positive 2. Now we are to the point where we have a coefficient, a number attached to the variable by either multiplication, division. Okay. So we need to get rid of this -8. If you notice, we have b over -8, which is b divided by -8. The opposite of division is multiplication. So we are going to multiply both sides of our equation by that -8 we're trying to eliminate. On the left-hand side, -8 over -8 cancels out because it becomes 1. And you can write 1b if you want. That's not wrong, but mathematicians are lazy and we tend to just write b. On the right-hand side, that -8's not going to cancel with anything, but -8 times 2 gets us to -16. And again, if you wanted to check your answer, you would plug in the -16 into the equation where the b is, and it wouldn't be too bad because -16 divided by -8, and then the -7. I know this looks gross, but -16 divided by -8 gets us 2, minus our 7 gets us the -5 that they had on the right-hand side. So we got the correct answer. Let's try another one. Notice that this one is different than our last example, part C, because instead of the +7 being big, like the -7 was, the +7 is included in that fraction. So we're going to approach this one a little bit differently. Here, because we do not have any pieces on the left-hand side where the variable's hanging out that are not included in the fraction, we're going to get rid of the fraction first. And since we are dividing by 9, we're going to do the opposite. So we are going to multiply both sides of our equation by 9. And I'm going to carry down both sides of the equation here. We have multiplication by 9, division by 9. Those two go away because it becomes 1. So we have -2x plus 7 equal to 9 times -1 gets us -9. We need to get our variable by ourselves, but we can't divide by that -2 yet because we have this +7 in the way. You need to get all your variables or letters on one side and all your constant terms or numbers on the other. Since we are adding 7, we need to subtract 7. We're doing the opposite because we're going from one side of the equation to the other. when you're on the same side, you just combine as you see them. Like in example 1b, 7 minus 10, same side gave us -3. I didn't change anybody's signs because I didn't change sides of the equation. Back to where we were. My -2x carries down. I have $7, I spend $7, I have no money left, so I'm gonna get rid of that +7, -7. -9 minus 7 gets us -16. And in the next step, we have -2 times x. Remember, this is not addition, this is multiplication. And the opposite of multiplication is division. So we are going to divide both sides by -2. -2 divided by -2 gets us 1. And again, you can write, oops, sorry, technical issue. There we go. You can write 1x, or you could just write x. And -16 divided by -2 gets us a +8. Make sure that you watch your signs whenever you're dealing with negative numbers. And we find out that x is equal to 8.